Barangay Bani is the location of my collaborative design learning activity project with the local pugon artisans specifically of Sitio Seven Gats, or it used to be called Kampoy Pugon. My intention in doing this research and studio project is to first learn traditional skills from local artisans in my hometown of Bayambang. Also, I want to contribute to the sustainability of one of the culture industries in my hometown of Bayambang, and that is the topic of this research, the pugon stove makers of Bayambang. And the installation I created in this site shows the story of the subject of my research, and these are the traditional pugon stove makers of Bayambang. For this site-specific outdoor art installation, I used plywood panels. We painted it with yellow paint. Then I used metal bars as the stand for the plywood panels. I also used concrete, cement, specifically cement, to create the hole or the abut in the local language. And I also used concrete hollow blocks. The concrete hollow blocks were transported from the demolition site. The demolition site in Barangay Bani is where the houses of the artisans were located. And last week we picked up the pieces of their old houses, placed them on sacks, and we transferred them here. So parts of their former houses became part of this outdoor art installation. So what was my process in creating and mounting this art installation? So the ideas, the stories came from an understanding of the local context of the local pugon artisans. So the local context of the pugon artisans include the elements of their traditional craft, and that also includes the economic aspect of their practice. Also, the local context shows the current political situation being encountered by the artisans. Many of the artisans were displaced from their former houses, and they were relocated to a new site, which is it has a smaller space, and they don't have the space to continue making their traditional pugon stoves. For this art installation, I recreated an outdoor pugon workshop, which was the location or the venue of the collaborative design learning activities I conducted with the pugon artisans starting January 2021. So I recreated an abot. Abot is a concrete hole where the artisans knead the clay with water. And also I recreated, on the center of the installation, I recreated a big hole. This hole is where the artisans dig and gather the earthenware clay they use in making their traditional pugon stoves. Also, you will see in the art installation, most of the space in the art installation, we see the crushed hollow blocks, which represent the demolished walls of the concrete houses of the pugon artisans here in this barangay or community. And lastly, the whole installation is bordered by a yellow plywood panel. And this represents the idea that this whole site, the outdoor art installation, is the site of a violent act, and it deserves scrutiny from the public, from the people, and eventually whatever story we will discover out of this, crime scene, for example, we will gain sympathy or empathy or compassion towards the subject of this art installation, and the subject are the pugon artisans of Bayambang. They are the local culture bearers of the community.